Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're picking up right where we left off in a strange place. And by a strange place, I mean we're in the desert, right outside the Rimwood, maybe a quarter of a mile away from the edge of the forest, and you are investigating a thing through the eyes of your dog. Snake. Ghost.
Snake. Dog, snake, ghost.
So, how do you want to continue?
So, she's got this thing visually in front of Requiem that she can also see. It is a door that seems to have a mechanism it was 5 slots, right? That she needs to rotate to create what she thinks is a specific word.
So there is, it's almost like there are 5 rings. And on each ring is a symbol, and the dial looks like it needs to be turned in a way that they will be organized into a certain order to make a word.
Okay. So the first order of business is the runes that were on the archway.
Yes.
Up top where Lorna is. They spelled words that she sort of got the idea for just because she can read all written language. And they were, as you attributed them, to scrape, to hold shut, cross-tied as in not, ignite within, weight of truth as in forced honesty, and the dimmer / the darkening. That's correct?
Yes.
Are those phrases made up of what could be considered individual letters, in that she's hoping to recognize some of the letters on the door with ones that are already written above and outside? Does that make sense?
I understand what you are asking.
She's trying to find common letters.
So you rolled pretty well in intelligence earlier for this very same thing. And Requiem is down like this spiral staircase looking at the dial door, and you and your party are still up out by the broken archway. The first thing you related this language as kind of close to deep speech. As you're looking at the archway and then you're comparing it to the shape of the letters on the dial that you're seeing in your mind when you look through Requiem's eyes, they look structured in the same way that Primordial is structured. That being said, Primordial is a combination of 4 languages. But all 4 languages share a commonality in that it's generally written from top to bottom. And it's generally like you read each letter as it's almost like an own meaning or word on its own, and then it is changed by the following letter below it, and that happens again and again.
Japanese.
I guess. Not what I was going.
Similarity.
Sure, fine. I don't speak Japanese.
What?
I know, right? So the way this lettering works, it's almost as if the archway, by curving it, it makes it difficult to know what order the archway is supposed to be read in. Because if it was just written in common, you would generally read it from left to right, which would be clockwise. And if it was written in something like Dwarvish, it would be from right to left. Primordial, top to bottom, doesn't really apply to this archway. And so you're looking at the archway for some sort of signifier or like a vowel note or something that gives you a direction, and there just isn't one. When you look at it and you look at the dial and the various letters, there are similarities between the letters on the dial and every single symbol on the archway. But they're the same similarities you would expect to find in an alphabet between letters. It looks like it's just written in the same language. It doesn't look like a connection.
Okay. Well, the other thing I considered in the time between last session and now is that she will just take out a piece of paper or bust open the journal and write down the different combinations of all 5 of the characters until one makes sense.
Okay, just brute force it basically until it
Yeah,
looks like a
just
word.
basically a like one of those password crackers that tries all of the letters until it eventually just breaks through.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you can start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's 5 letters.
So how many possible combinations are there? Right.
No, I'm sorry, I've deceived you. There are 6 letters. I
Oh,
misspelled it in my head. I am a fool. It doesn't make a
okay.
huge difference, but there are 6 letters on the dial. And
Okay.
there are 6 letters on the archway. However,
Yes.
they don't match, so it
Right.
doesn't seem to matter.
So it's a coincidence?
Could be. But as you consider like the letters that are on the dial and the symbols that are on the archway, you write down the letters on parchment, and as you're looking at them and you look at the archway, it feels like you're looking at back in the first days at the Merigard when you were first trying to figure out the clone spell, but it was way arcanely past you. And you're looking at like the common or draconic language and then or celestial, and then you're looking at the spell, and it's like the letters are so far beyond when they are put into the arcane symbols. Roll me an intelligence, another one.
Okay. And I will say I have not used my Vicar boon today, so
Okay.
that may come up.
So
But
you're
I
planning
definitely
on doing
remember.
that?
So I rolled a 16. I think I'm going to use it here.
Okay.
So that's a D10. Big number. Plus 6, so 22. Is that right?
16
Yes.
plus 6 is 22. Okay. It takes you a while.
Mm-hmm.
As you're writing down...
She would have taken a minute to explain what she's doing. So people aren't just like, what the fuck are you
so your
doing?
party kind of sets up around you.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like, maybe not like a full camp, but they like settle their things down. They're kind of at a slightly at ease guard, just looking around. Some small talk is happening around you as you're concentrating. And as you're working at this, I need you to roll me a history check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
So can you just always transliterate like any like with a meaning behind language as soon as you read it? Is it always, or do you have to activate it?
Her invocation is you can read all writing. And I would assume that is at will.
Got it. Okay. So you are writing down these letters in combination after combination after combination. A couple times a meaning appears. Like you read a meaning, but they don't necessarily mean anything. Generally like you suddenly get an angle. Like literally that's what you write down is an angle. And you're like, that's probably not it. And you keep going.
But if there are moments where she even gets some semblance of like an idea or a concept or a word, she'll just circle it and then move on. If the rest of it is mostly just gibberish.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
Okay.
14. Okay. All right. There is a word that you write down using the symbols. And then as soon as you write it down, it changes in your mind to what it actually says. And it's a name.
Ooh.
It's a name that, with a dirty 20 on your history check, you're not sure you know, but somehow you get like a sense of deja vu. And the name is Threnna.
Threnna. Can you tell me how to spell that?
Threenna.
Right.
Now, there are only 6 letters in the alphabet that you've written on this page, but it spells out that 7-letter name in your mind as you're looking at it, and it looks familiar and something you've never seen before, and you get a very strong case of swearing you know that name, but you don't know anyone named that name, and you've never read about that. It's like a out-of-body experience almost. Like if a liminal space could be a thought.
Mm-hmm. But it's a 7-letter word as opposed to the 6 letters available.
In common, the name is 7 letters. In the symbols, it's 6.
And is that like after she's done all of these variables and possible combinations?
No,
does that one
there's
feel
more.
the strongest?
There's more that you could make, but that one you keep coming back to it.
Well, she'll like double underline that one and just finish so that she's like exhausted all possibilities before she starts trying things, because she's assuming, and it is an assumption, that when she attempts something at this door, it's probably a once and done, or there will be some sort of reaction that's negative if it's the incorrect answer, something. So she wants to be pretty sure when she attempts it.
Okay. Yeah. You continue on through the possibilities. Roll me another D100.
Okay. She's being calculating and methodical about this. 1?
1. It takes you a while. It takes you a while to consider all the various possibilities. And while you do generate other, like, words that seem to just be a happenstance, none of them ring deja vu like Threnna does.
Okay.
You feel like it's a name you should know, but you don't know why.
She's gonna try this question twice with 2 different people. The first time, she thinks, Lily, does the name Threnna mean anything to you?
I don't know it, but I feel strangely like I should.
That's the same feeling I got, and that makes me wary of it.
I don't know anyone with such a name.
Not even in history?
Well, I am quite proficient in history, and I don't know it.
Okay. It was worth a try asking. I do have someone else I could ask. Actually, I have 2 more people I could ask. I know very old people. She is now going to reach out to the goodest boy, Requiem, who is 4,000 years old.
Okay.
Because he knew how to deal with the cockatrice, so maybe he knows who Thredda is.
He's just floating in front of this door.
Hey, buddy.
Yes?
Have you ever heard the name Threnna in all your years? My good, charming boy.
No.
That's okay. I was just wondering.
I'm sorry.
No worries. You're so perfect.
I hadn't listened to much of my old master's lectures and such.
That's okay. All right, this was my last resort. Now she is going to think. Hey, Ficker. Do you have a second?
I am always available.
Have you ever heard the name in history, Threnna?
Okay. I need you... No, you wouldn't roll this. I would. Hold on.
Okay.
I will say, you do not ever come to me with mundane problems.
I hope that's a good thing.
Why do you ask?
I may have stumbled upon something truly ancient, something with secrets to unravel.
I believe you. I know what Threnna is.
Is that something you'd be willing to share with me?
Oh. What is it worth to you?
Well, I suppose we could make some sort of arrangement. Whatever's down here, there's bound to be something. Maybe you don't know yet that I could provide for you.
I am keen on learning whatever it is you might have found. Where are you?
On the middle of the Golden Marches?
Hmm.
Actually, not the middle. On the edge of the Rimwood. I realized that we didn't get too far past the Rimwood when I found this.
I see. Well, you are, if I understand, heading to Augur City soon.
Yes, we'll be going to Shona right after I deal with whatever this is, and taking the tram to Augur City.
In exchange for this information, I will have a task for you in Augur City.
Okay.
Good. Threnna is, or was, a temporal echo, a self-aware rhythm in the fractured seams of time. She's not a being in the conventional sense. It is believed that she originated when a civilization attempted to master time magic and created a recursive feedback loop that collapsed their timeline inward.
Okay. It's a little hard to wrap my head around.
Yes.
Is it so? It was a temporal echo. It is no longer. It has ceased vibration.
No, it is very much still in existence. It reaches out to those of powerful persona, of presence and mind, who find themselves listening to the temporal plane. They hear her rhythms and her dreams. There are individuals who have aligned themselves with Threnna, borrowing her abilities as magic in similar ways as you use mine.
Oh, she has patrons.
Yes. Except instead of
Fascinating.
it being me, a single individual with power to lend, Threnna is the amalgamation of millions of lives. And their dreams.
I see. Do you think this might be a place of worship for her, or?
She is not a
I
deity.
True. But it was during the isolation, was it not?
I would expect so. The problem with a being created with an error made with time magic is the when is a question.
I see. Do you know ancient deep speech?
I know all languages.
Oh, Lorna jots down the 6 letters for the door, and then she writes them just as they are on the door, and then she writes below it what she thinks arranged spells Threnna. Does this make sense to get in here?
You are asking me to handle the menial labor of your explorations.
Second set of eyes. You just say no.
Let me know when you find out what's in there.
Yes, sir. He shuts the book. Blows some hair out of her face. What time of day is it?
Still pretty, early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took you like an hour and a half to write down all the possible combinations.
Yeah.
So it's like 11.
Okay. I think I'm going to go try going down there. I don't know what's down there.
You're not going alone, Anscombe says as he stands up.
I was wondering about volunteers.
I've got your back.
Skolna, I would love your expertise in this. I don't know if anything will be trapped.
She nods.
Anybody else feel like a little side adventure? Potential riches and reward?
I mean, I don't want to, stomp on your style here, but that staircase looks pretty fucking small.
One at a time.
Right, but if there's something we all need to get out of the way of right quick, it's going to be death for whoever's right in front.
Well, I'm going first and I'll have the mask. I'll actually stick that thing on her. So Tyr goes last.
That's not my point.
Oh.
My point is, if you have a smaller group, none of you might die, because you can all get out of the way right quick. You follow?
I suppose that's fair. Just keep an eye out then up top.
I mean, am I wrong? And he looks at the other party members.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'll take Anscombe and Skolna with me.
I'm sure that there'll be more than enough. If you have a problem, just holler and someone else will come running down. Probably me.
Okay. She'll head down the staircase.
Okay.
She will keep the Jack of Blades mask on. Why not?
Sure.
Why not?
You, Anscombe, and Skolna make your way down the dark, cool staircase. As you recall from Requiem's own exploration of it, it's fairly long. Mm-hmm. It takes a few minutes to get to the bottom, but then you finally are, and you're in front of this large... And now that you're looking at it with your own eyes, the cool, cold temperature down here and the way your dark vision illuminates the wall, it's like obsidian, but the veins that run through it gives you a sense of thrumming.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
As you stand before this dial door, Anscombe looks over your shoulder at it. What is this?
Something that requires a code, and I think I have it. Skolna, does this look trapped? If I put in the wrong thing, do you think it's gonna stab me or something?
Skolna will make an investigation. She gets closer to the door, looking around it, inspecting the stone and the corners and like the way the wall is kind of set into the soil here and the stone around it. And eventually she steps back and shrugs.
Okay. She is going to use a mage hand to trigger the aspects of the lettering until it arranges into saying threat.
You can feel with your mage armor, with your mage hand, that the dials will move, but your mage hand is not strong enough to move them.
Oh, I guess I'll touch it with my own hands.
It was worth a try.
Yeah. Just trying to be precautious.
As you begin to slide the dials, they are heavy. And they've been...
more than 10 pounds of force.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sand that's clearly gotten into the working here to get them to move, but you do move them. And as they turn, once they start turning, it's very easy to keep them moving. And you slide the dial around and around until it spells out in Crotit the word...
Crotit.
The word Thrina. As soon as it does, the center of the dial slides into the door, and then the whole door suddenly falls down and thuds until the top of the door is smooth and flush with the ground around it. And you find yourself looking into a room that is weird.
A room dedicated to a temporal echo being weird.
Yes. The room before you is backlit in like a strangely violet light. In the middle of the room, you see is a lectern that supports a stone platform upon which is a single rectangular object. The lectern, the object, and the walls of the room are all obsidian black. And you are aware of that because the violet light that is reflecting around is kind of curing your dark vision of grayscale, and yet everything is still black. You can tell the room itself is peculiar because, well, looking into it, you feel as though the whole room is slightly... It's like you're looking through a heat mirage. The room is a little ripply. And it does not take someone professionally trained in Arcana to recognize that's a pocket dimension that you're looking into.
So this door led into this space, which is a pocket dimension.
Yes, and you have not entered it yet as I'm describing it to you. You're looking into this room.
Does she theorize that it might be on the temporal plane?
There's no way to know.
Okay.
Or maybe.
Before, anyone moves anywhere, before anything else, she's going to look around the whole room, give it a sweep with her Detect Magic.
Detect Magic does not work through planar curtains.
Oh, she'd have to be in the room
You
first.
immediately look with your Detect Magic, and all you see is Conjuration.
Big, bright. Yeah, all right, okay.
Just the bright white blue of Conjuration shining into your eyes.
Okay. She will step in and then do that if she survives whatever happens.
As you step in, the air suddenly gets much cooler, even more so than it was down the spiral staircase. It's suddenly, where it was maybe like 70 degrees in the room behind you, it's like 40 in this room. It's a little chilly.
Nippy.
The room around you, now that you're in it, you see that there is the stone platform that you're standing on. It has a couple steps up to this circular ring, this circular platform in the middle of the room, around the edges of which, darkness. Just looks like it is a void. And as you've stepped through the curtain, the next thing you notice is, as you're looking around, before I describe the Detect Magic for you, you see that the wall, or rather the walls of this room, which are round, it's a It's a circular room in the same shape as the stone platform in the middle of the room. They are slowly turning.
In like a constricting or dangerous way, or just kind of like they're remaining where they are, but they are turning?
They're not... okay, so they're not getting closer. They're not getting farther away.
Okay.
They are idly turning at a slow revolution per minute. And you are...
Kind of like that restaurant on the Space Needle that slowly rotates.
Sure. Yes,
okay.
Just like that.
Now I understand.
All right. The entire room seems to be more lit than it first appeared, looking through that planar curtain. The lectern and the stone object on the lectern, as you get a little closer, it has a very specific appearance about it. It still looks like it's black, but the violet light seems to mingle with your dark vision to make it look as though there is a symbol on top of this stone object. It has like a small spiral on it. Mm-hmm. You're detect magic. The only magic you see in this room is the conjuration from the planar curtain behind you. And around the edges of the platform where that void is, it's unidentifiable.
But is magic, just the nature of which it can't be determined?
It seems like chaos.
Oh, good.
Like, you're getting all sorts of crazy filaments of the different schools of magic and then blended with other things that you don't recognize, and it's constantly changing and warbling, and it's not offensive, but it's there.
Is she getting the vibe that it's unstable?
No, it's not roiling or coming up out of the voids. It's just remaining there. And you get the feeling that it's probably been that way for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She will look at both Anscombe and Skola. Do they follow behind her?
There's not really a whole lot of room for that. Anscombe
so
looks...
have to move forward.
Yeah, Anscombe's like right outside the planar curtain, and it looks like he wants to follow, but he doesn't want to, like, encroach on your space and push you off the platform.
She will step forward enough to let them be able to come through without smashing together.
Yes, they come through. And as they do, they're like looking around this small room. This is weird.
Mm-hmm. I know that if we're doing anything in this room, it's going to that lectern with that object. But she'll look at Skola. The only magic I sense is in that void and the portal entrance behind us. Would you mind making sure this isn't trapped?
Skola, like, pointedly looks around, and when she's looking around, she's, like, looking, and you follow her eyes, and the platform the lectern is on, connected to, like, this small stone, you realize it's a bridge that runs over the void to the planar curtain you just stepped through.
Ominous.
And as you look behind, and as Skolna looks behind as well, the planar curtain, which shows the room, like the entry from the spiral staircase you just went through, that planar curtain is stationary. The wall is turning behind it.
Ooh.
But the stairs aren't moving either. Yeah, so the lectern, the platform, and the stairs don't move, but it's almost as if the void is suspending this platform. It's like an island in this strange little liminal space you've found. Skolna steps carefully around you and begins to investigate.
Lorna's like, I don't expect there will be mundane traps, but it's never bad to check.
Skolna searches as best as she can, and eventually she, like, is on the other side of the lectern from you and just shrugs.
Okay. Nice. She'll walk along the walkway toward the lectern.
Okay. As you approach it, as you get close to the lectern, this is Hold on. What you see?
Ooh. Did you recognize any of the markings on this box?
Yeah, they're the same language as what was on the archway and the symbol around it.
Did you parse out words?
Yes. In Crotit, the words kind of bordering this object say Otochit. Hold on. Let me pull up this thing. Okay. It says, okay. Otochit Draipolozna.
Russian?
No.
It sounds Russian. Okay, what does that mean?
It just... Okay, so your translation, it tells you that it says, with the eye we see the truth.
With the eye we see the truth. Lorna looks at the swirl at the top, like the predominant symbol.
That's where it says Otochit, is around that spiral. And you understand in that moment, Otochit literally means to twist.
Is there something that looks like she could grab and twist? Like a handle, a lever?
No.
Is there a lid on this box thing?
Yeah, there's a lid.
She twisted.
When you try to twist it, the lid just kind of like it seems like it's pressed onto the box. Like you feel like it could come off, but twisting it is not how you take it off.
Okay, maybe she'll just lift up instead.
Okay.
Like one would a normal box with a lid.
That's okay.
The twisting might be later.
Inside the box, set on black stone, you see what looks like a monocle of a kind.
Ooh, the eye.
It appears as though there is a pure blue saturated banasite crystal in the center of this monocle. And the monocle itself is like, well, I'll just fucking show you.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
Show me the... Ooh. I found the eye. With the eye, we see the truth. She's looking at this thing. Detect magic is still up. Magic?
It is magic. It is. It is very much magic. You see that there is transmutation and conjuration rife throughout this object.
Transmutation and conjuration. Does she see anything within the box that's magic, or like a lever, or trap, a mechanism that might go awry if she touches it?
No.
Skolna, is this box trapped?
Skolna gets closer.
I take that thing out of it.
She looks at it. She points out, with that investigation, there are runes inside the box.
Okay, she will definitely take a look at those.
You see that there is a Tochit still within the box, but around it is a rune that says Zipietni, Zlomit, Dotknad. And together, these runes create like a counter spell, but it's like a constant one.
Uh-huh. Like, she thinks it might be negating whatever this thing does.
Could be. It's a weird thing you've found.
But it doesn't seem like none of it's like evocation or like a hostile sort of...
No, this seems like a mechanical function of these runes. They seem like it's magic that is doing a very specific thing. And because you weren't the one that inscribed it or don't have the blueprint for it, you don't know what exactly they do. But you can guess there is some magic nullification going on inside this box, and the eye is in it.
Her immediate assumption from that information is that there's a neutralizing effect that keeps this thing potentially inert as it resides in this box. She's wondering what the hell it wants her to twist, because it's been stated more than once that is an important word. She like looks at Skolna and Anscombe. Should I take it? Doesn't seem trapped.
Skolna like is looking at the artifact over the edges of the box and then up at you. I don't see any traps.
It says on the outside of the box, it says, with the eye, she points at the thing, we see the truth.
Skolna looks at it. Is the eye closed?
Is it closed?
Yeah.
She looks in. Is it closed? Is it open?
The eye looks, well, I mean, it's the shape of an eye in the center of this round monocle. And as you look at it, it appears as though this form of an eye set into a Banasite crystal is closed, I guess.
It's inactive, I suppose. So I would imagine if I remove it from this box, it will open.
You could try doing that with Mage Hand.
That's true. It doesn't look... what kind of material does it look like? Does it look heavy?
The artifact? Okay, so the monocle is like this big. It literally looks like it would fit over an eye. And it looks like it's made of pure obsidian. So it doesn't look...
The average weight. Like, it's less than 10 pounds, right?
It doesn't look that heavy, no.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? YOLO. She'll get Mage Hand. Delicately. Ding.
The instant the Mage Hand enters the reliquary box, the Mage Hand disappears.
Oh, okay. God damn it. It's always making me do it with my real hands.
Why did that happen?
Because it makes me want to do it with my real hand.
Okay.
It's probably a dispelling sort of... She will reach in with her prosthetic.
Okay.
And try to take the item.
You pluck it from the box. You have the artifact between your fingertips.
Is it out of the box?
Yeah, it's out of the box.
Is it open?
No.
She's going to hold it up to her eye and try to look through it. But it's opaque, right? Because it's closed.
I mean, you can see through it. Everything just looks a little shade of blue because the crystal is very clear.
She tries twisting it.
Just the whole thing? You turn it with your hand? Nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Okay. She'll hold it in both hands. Does it look like there's like rings that she can manipulate in some way? All right. She's like, I'm going to figure this out. 27.
As you look closely at it, you see that it is perfectly forged from obsidian. It looks like it was crafted magically. It's like too perfect a shape. And you realize as you're looking at it, it is like the perfect round of the lens is set into a stone ring. And then the monocle is a frame around that ring. And it looks like it might twist within that ring.
Aha! So she's going to lift it back up to her eye and kind of manipulate the edges until like she's like trying to focus a lens, basically.
As you turn it, suddenly you see the eye open. Ooh. What are you looking at when you're looking through the eye?
Skolna.
You suddenly see through the eye everything magical on Skolna, it's as if it, like, explodes. And you understand, like, the enchantments on the Frostbrand Rapier. You understand the enchantments on the Blink Dagger. You see every single explanation. You see that she's wearing the Stone of Good Luck around her neck underneath her armor that you didn't know was where she was keeping it. The Cloak of Elven Kind.
The one that Lorna gave her?
Yes. The Cloak of Elven Kind, you see suddenly, like, silhouettes of shadows from what looks like forestry creeping up around her. You see the symbol on her, like, neck where
her veil symbol?
Her veil symbol is suddenly, like, you can see the magic innately flowing out of it. Like a shadow that seems to almost be like a current that runs down across her back.
So she sees those enchantments and she, understands their composition or how they were inlaid, or what kind of details?
You literally understand everything you can about that. You look at Skolna herself and you see, like, from her toes to her head, there's almost this lingering flame that you definitely never saw in any other case. It's like the ghost flame of what looked like the hells crawling up her legs.
Is that just her
waist.
Like her heritage?
You assume so?
Oh. So turn it to look at Anscombe. Beep, beep.
Okay. You look at Anscombe. What you see when you look at Anscombe is different. You see, well, around his head, twisting almost as if in geometric shapes, is this pale blue light that seems to weave its way like an orbit around his head. Below, where he's currently not, like, he doesn't have his weapons in hand. And he summons his Dragonbone Longsword. But you see around his wrist, there is a ring made of that same blue light that slowly moves in concentric circles around his arm. You surmise it's the same color as conjuration magic is when you see it in Detect Magic. Mm-hmm. You don't see the School of Magic through the lens, but you do see the colors and specific details. And as you're looking at it, you surmise that's probably whatever magical trick he uses to summon the Dragonbone Longsword. That must be an artifact of that. You also see what look like... When you look at Anscombe's face, you see, like, he kind of has the shaved sides of his head and the short haircut that he usually has. It's almost like there's a shadow of scars. Very deep, brutal-looking scars all across his temples and the sides of both sides of his head. They look sickly and just gristly, like they haven't really healed.
Lorna is interpreting that. Her first initial thought is, like, that is the memory alteration of the False Hydra, like the remnants of the effect that it had on him. Does that seem like a logical conclusion to her? Or is this, like, something that she can't even begin to fathom?
No, that seems logical. You know that False Hydra magic is very powerful and dangerous, and it has been known to drive people insane.
Huh.
You also see, winding up from his other hand, the Ring of Protection. Except when you focus on the Ring of Protection, suddenly you see, like, a grid of yellow light that appears across Anscombe's whole body. Just when you're focusing on the ring. It's like the lens is showing you what
I'm zoom in
the ring is
enhancing
doing.
different aspects.
It doesn't give you, it doesn't give you any of the details. Like, it doesn't explain what it is to you, but it literally shows you what the magic looks like.
It's cool.
And then he has a Cloak of Elvenkind as well, and it looks the same as it did on Skolna.
Mm-hmm. If she fiddles with the edges, is there like, does she believe this might be the only kind of setting that it has, or does it feel like it could go further? Does it like stop so that it doesn't continue to change?
No,
it's like an on-off.
It'll keep
Is there
turning.
any difference in the view when she twists it more?
When you twist it further, I need you to roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, I'm pushing it. Well, I rolled a natural 20, and you have to add a +4 to that because I did a check instead of a save, so 29.
Okay, well, you beat the DC. You see the lens through the lens, and what saves you really is you can see Anscombe just standing there looking at you, like with anticipation, like waiting to see what the hell you found. But through the lens, you see a grisly sight. You see,
oh god,
you see an Anscombe dead. You see a horrible wound carved from the center of his chest down through his abdomen. You see that his hair is long and greasy, and the look in his face is one of tired resignation. He looks withered away and gaunt. And the scars, which you had seen on his head before, are open wounds.
does she feel like she's looking into maybe an alternate timeline?
Roll Arcana.
Not great. 13.
Because you rolled so well on the intelligence saving throw, you are managing to separate the horror of what you're seeing from, like, and just look at this academically. Based on the fact that you think the scars that you saw on his head were remnants of the false Hydra's magic, you think this might be what it might have looked like if something different had happened in Anscombe's life. If a different choice was made, if a different timeline was followed. But you have no idea knowing what or how.
With her right hand, she keeps the lens up, and like the left hand kind of covers her mouth, but she'll look over to Skolna with this new setting to see what she sees.
Roll me an intelligence save.
Oh, whew. 27. Teetered off of 4.
With a 27, you look at Skolna, and Skolna looks, well, terrifying.
Oh.
You see that her hair, which was violet in one eye, you look at it, and it is cut shorn just shy of her chin, and it is black as night, and her eyes are bright red. She's looking square back at you with a look of hunger and predatory nature about her.
Vampire Skolna.
She looks terrifyingly dangerous, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yes! 26.
You feel this aura of power, as if there was this terrifying, predatory Skolna before you, literally just about to rend you apart. Except it's just through the lens, and you managed to swallow the fear that would have overwhelmed you.
Does she feel like she can push this thing further, or does she think she's twisted it as far as it'll go?
It doesn't, like, have a stop.
But she's still looking to do things change, I suppose. She'll keep twisting it, or does it kind of go back to, like, an offsetting if it reaches a full rotation?
You roll it again. You turn it more.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at when you do that?
I guess she's still looking at Skolna.
You turn it, and suddenly Skolna in the lens is on the ground. Very, very, very young. And her eyes are glazed over. Gaunt. Her flesh is tight to her bones. You think she's dead. And maybe 11? It looks like this Skolna's starved to death.
This is so what she's thinking is this is just another timeline. This is just another possibility that she's flipped to. She's going to twist it all the way back.
Okay.
Until it's closed again.
Roll me a D100.
Okay. 8.
Okay. You close the lens. And as you do that, Anscombe, like, is looking at you, and he says, okay, I don't know what it does, but you look like you just went through a whole roller coaster of emotions just now.
I did. This is a powerful artifact. It helps if you look through its lens. It breaks down magic, basically, what you've got on you. It shows what it looks like, kind of truly, its real form, how it aids you, or the effect that it has. Which is great. Really useful.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's all of it.
If you push it further, and I don't know this for certain, but this is what I think happened. It showed potential outcomes in the timelines of what I looked at, and that included both of you. Things that, if something happened differently or a different choice was made, and it wasn't something I ever want to see again.
Oh.
Just where things didn't end so well.
What did it show you?
I'm not entirely certain, but I know that. She kind of looks meaningfully at Anscombe. You were dead.
Oh. Well, I mean, probably. We've been through some tight spots. I'm not surprised.
You're taking this well?
I mean, come on. Like, we got crushed by giant tree people. We got knocked around by a huge automaton guy. A minotaur.
Yeah,
like, we
did
lived
die
this
for
far.
those.
Yeah, we did.
You
It
and I
happened.
did die from the minotaur.
So the idea, I mean, so long as, if it's a timeline I end with you guys, I'm fine with it.
She looks at Skolna and she says, "You were a vampire. The first one I saw you in."
Her face drops, and you see, like, the violet hue, even in this violet room, like, drains.
But that didn't happen.
What if it shows what will happen?
I don't think that's... Lorna looks like she's warring with herself to say the next thing, but decides that if it will placate Skolna into thinking this doesn't necessarily mean it will happen. She sighs and she says, "I saw you also at like 11 and you had starved to death, so I don't think it's a will. I think it was a could.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. But those are realities that are not this one."
I was starving for a lot of my life.
Lorna just nods.
Okay, so back to lighten the mood. Here I am. Is this worth coming down here for?
Yeah, I think so. I think it could be incredibly useful and a little traumatizing to look through, but it's
Do you have to see
an ancient relic.
Do you have to see the creepy shit?
No, I pushed it. I twisted it further, and it kept supplying me as I continued to rotate it. Was it clockwise or counterclockwise to get it to kind of activate further?
Didn't seem to matter.
But it was in the reverse direction that made it shut again?
Yes.
Okay.
Except once the eye closed, it felt like it could keep going.
Backwards? Oh. This warrants some experimentation. I wonder what it would show for me. Alex and Anscombe. Do you want to see what my alternate timeline was?
Okay.
She'll hand it over to him.
He takes it. And there's no adverse effects, right? Like, you're okay?
Well, does Lorna know that she might have been making some saves for some stuff?
Yeah.
Like, conceptually?
Yes.
Okay, she raises her hand. Well, nothing happened, but I feel like there is a potential that things could have happened. You know what? She'll take it back.
Okay.
If anybody is going to be flirting with disaster, it should just be me.
Okay. This has been a weird hour.
Yeah. She will lift it back up to her eye and twist it open again and just look around the room. Because she looked at people.
Yeah.
But what does the first level basically show her in this chamber?
In this chamber, you see the void it's almost like you're looking at the Aurora Borealis, but coming up around the platform in all directions. It is a beautiful, vibrant malady of colors, but as you look at them closely, you realize they're not colors. They are visions. You're seeing thousands, millions of scenes play out of what look like, at a glance, just looks like flickering through, like, cities, farmland, forest, at sea, underwater, swimming, fishing, out on, like, a horse. But suddenly there's a vision of, like, someone pouring tea into a mug, and then there is violence, someone swinging a blade at another person, and then it's like you're looking through into this void of memories. But there's so many, and they're all happening all at once and so fast, you cannot discern any individual one.
Right. She just knows, generally.
Which, as you're looking at it, explains why it looked like chaos.
Right.
Because it kind of is.
A whole lot of information.
It is the magical... What you're looking at confirms to you it is the magical residue of millions of memories all being cycled. And you don't know if they're being repeated, or if they're all new ones, or if they're dreams, or if they're real. It's impossible to tell.
Okay.
But you see them through the lens, like projected up in perfect detail, just in split frames, one after another after another.
This is a weird place.
The stone box in the middle of the room, you look at it and you understand there is magic repelling out of the box in tight circles. It is just the size of the box, maybe just a couple inches arcing overwards. And it looks, at a glance, like a soap bubble. Mm-hmm. Except you understand the swirling colors. It is the weave tearing apart little bits of the weave, taking it apart, and then putting it back together, as if instead of a counterspell, it's like dead magic, but controlled in a tiny little box.
Why the mage hand didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we got what we came here for.
You turn around and you look at the planar curtain. The lens still to your eye. You suddenly see the planar curtain is a tunnel. And you see the vast, unending mirrored hallway of that tunnel tearing its way through the astral plane. You can see corners of stars and what look like massive creatures and tiny, distant, like, skies, other worlds, hidden in the walls of this tunnel. And then impossibly close, but still terribly far away, is the spiral staircase that you climbed up.
Does Lorna think that if she left through the curtain with this to her eye, she might be able to access those worlds beyond? Or is that something she'd have to try to find out?
Roll Arcana.
Okay. 23.
With a 23, you understand how portals work. You understand how planar curtains work. And what you are looking at in that tear between whatever this dimension is and the prime material, that tear breaks its way through all inner and outer planes to connect this to that one. Mm-hmm. And while you can see that tear and all of the information,
access that way.
It's not a real tunnel. You're gonna, once you cross
She's
the
seeing
plane,
the metadata.
Yeah, you're literally seeing the explanation. Mm-hmm. And it's a trip.
Crazy. She's getting a headache now. She brings the lens back down. We should leave.
Okay.
I'm overstimulated.
This has been, I keep saying this. This has been weird. Let's go.
This has been weird. Yeah.
As you depart this weird dimensional room and you go back into the little room with the dial door, a few moments pass as Skolna and Anscombe step out behind you, and then you hear as the dial door shut behind you.
Okay. Well, no time like the present.
We're gonna tell everyone about this, right?
Of course. There's no reason not to. It's just a tool we have now, I suppose.
And you ascend the staircase. Requiem binds himself back up around your lap.
Hey, buddy.
As you get to the top. Well, we didn't hear anything.
Nope. All was well.
So, what was down there?
She goes into great detail about what they found. She explains the lens, what it seems to be able to do. She doesn't skimp on the details. She's like, yeah, it can show you horrible alternate timelines that will leave you traumatized and with nightmares.
Okay. Do you know... Does it... I guess it doesn't tell you anything. It just shows you what the end result is?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Maybe that could be useful? Tier looks like he's searching for words. Nore says, is it only on people?
I could look at the temporal space that we were in, or the pocket dimension and the astral curtain, and I got some information about that. I haven't really tried it on stuff.
Well, I mean, things have alternate timelines as well, right? You'd think it might be useful on an object to see maybe if it I don't know how
Yeah,
this sort of
I think this
weird...
warrants some trial and error. I do know there are potential repercussions for using it. I felt like a challenge of will almost to keep pushing it.
Okay, let's maybe limit that then.
Yeah.
I don't want to, drive you crazy because we're looking
I
through a
would like
little
to
monocle.
understand it. To know, I don't want to have to try to figure it out in the moment when we need it. Like, if we're presented with the problem, and I'm like, oh, this would be a good solution.
Can you not identify it?
I was actually thinking about doing that if you all don't mind taking 11 minutes for me to do that. I know we've been here for a minute.
Lilith looks up from the solitaire she was playing. Go ahead. I mean, we're just buying time.
She will sit down and begin her ritual of identify on this little lens.
Okay. 10 minutes pass. Nothing of consequence happens. As you try and identify the artifact, you understand it is the Eye of a Tochit.
Oh, how do you spell that? Is it a magical item?
It is not going... Okay, so it is specifically not on D&D Beyond because it resists your identify in any other way.
Okay. Well, how do I spell a Tochit so I can add it to my inventory?
Hold on. Let me go ahead and... Yeah, unfortunately, it says no. But I will write it for you in the chat.
Okay, so she doesn't glean any more information than what she's able to kind of just interpret for herself.
Yeah, it doesn't...
She thinks she'd have to maybe have more spellcasters or cast at a higher level.
Maybe?
Okay.
It seems... So normally when you identify something, you just understand it, right? Like, you comprehend exactly what it does and how it does it. This artifact, as you try and identify it, the magic that unlocks that information to you, it doesn't work. It's not like it denies it. It's like identify as like this is not a magic object.
Good enough. Yeah.
No, it's not good enough. I'm saying it's not a magic object is what identify is telling you.
Okay. So she shrugs. Okay. Well, I have an idea what it does. Well, we're burning daylight. She claps her hands together. Let's go.
Okay. Pierre, lead the way, I guess. I'm good at this now. And Tier's gonna roll survival as you start heading back towards Shona. It's a good thing he has that as favorite terrain, because he rolled a 1 on one of them.
Come
and a
on,
15
man.
on the other.
We're only here because he rolled 2 natural ones trying to get out of the Rimwood.
And we got you a crazy, weird little lens out of it, so maybe don't complain.
Thank you, Tier.
Enjoy your trauma. As Tier leads the way, you make your way north towards Shona. Mm-hmm. Congratulations for rolling the Eye of a Tochit on the weird table.
Yeah. I got a lens. It shows you trauma.
It shows you lots of things. Trauma just happens to be in that list. Okay. How many... Okay, so you looked at 3 things in timeline. In your notes on your inventory, please just write down next to Eye of a Tochit, just write 3.
Okay. I am in danger.
Not necessarily.
I'm in danger.
How fucking dare you assume?
That's what I do.
Well, stop it. That is gonna get you in danger. All right. Please roll me a D100.
Mm-hmm.
48.
48.
As you're walking, it gets cooler by the time you're in the evening, and finally you suddenly hear in your mind, I want you to know, I have never seen anything quite like that in my entire life.
Is that bigger?
No, it's Lily.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Yeah, well, no, me neither. But I guess yours is longer, so it's more impressive.
You need to grasp, that is beyond even true sight.
Oh.
One of the things that makes arcane magic so difficult is that it hides its truths from us.
But this shows all the truth.
Yes. I am not saying that you should use that with reckless abandon. But I am saying, while that is in your possession, perhaps some questions could be answered that we have had a need to know.
Oh. Oh. Okay. If I'm off track, correct me. But my first thought is figuring out what went wrong with the Nightingale's rebirth.
That is what I was hoping to learn.
Do you think if I pulled that spell out and looked it over with the lens, it might show us something we didn't see before?
I don't believe you have the complete spell in the journal.
True.
But it would be in my sacrarium.
True. Okay. I will definitely remember to do that.
That is a question I have been wanting answered for a very long time.
We might just figure it out with this. So I have to hold on to it at least until then.
You do not have to. But I would be disappointed if I could not learn the answer to that question. But life is full of disappointments, and I understand that you have responsibilities.
I don't necessarily have, anyone to answer to about this since I just stumbled across it.
I do believe you intended to use it as a bartering chip, did you not?
It's a pretty good, well, one, do you think it would work? Do you think it's good enough?
Okay. What you have found is a relic from well before history. That was not crafted using modern means.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and I say this with absolute certainty, pre-isolation. I am absolutely certain that is a bartering chip that you could use at the Arcaniums, at the colleges, at the Guild of Candles. You could use that anywhere you needed to garner information. But it should be noted, it would only be useful to those that understand it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who did not, such as an arcanist or an arcanicist at the Arcane Forge, would see it just as a powerful magical item. They would not understand the importance of its history.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine a legend lore cast on that and what it would do to the person that was witnessing.
You think it would have disastrous consequences?
I believe an artifact that old and touched by other timelines, seeing a legend lore would drive the caster insane.
Noted. Definitely won't do that.
Oh, well, you're considering it.
No, but it's good to just have that stated plainly so it didn't occur to
I
me.
want you to know that if I realized that's what you were doing, I was going to absolutely shut you down and tell you that you will lose your mind if you try and legend lore that.
I appreciate that.
You're
I will
welcome.
not do that.
If that is the sort of thing one must do, it is a legend lore that must be cast as a ritual over a month's time, where the information can be passed out over multiple people.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't literally drive you insane.
One person would die.
Noted.
That is the danger of legend lore. There is such a thing as too much information for one mind.
I mean, even your journal had a lot of history to parse through.
And that was just within the last millennia.
Mm-hmm. And in one timeline.
Yes. I'm glad you understand the gravity.
I do now. Thank you for emphasizing it. I was hoping, and feel free to tell me that this is dumb. I was hoping to use this new information, this potentially unknown information for all of time, as we know it, to, I don't know, strike an accord with Hu Shen.
Hu Shen?
I didn't expect to find this lens, first and foremost, but I was thinking whatever I found down there, well, I feel I don't like the misunderstanding of our history with Hu Shen.
Hu
I
Shen
feel like
is a
there's some
devil.
animosity there. Sure, but he was kind of like your friend.
We were work associates. We cooperated
Sure.
well.
You helped each other. You were there for each other. That feels like a friend to me.
If that is how you feel, you should have a conversation with Hu Shen. You should not... How should I say this? Do not overcompensate out of guilt.
You think that this is be a little more than maybe what the situation warranted?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't think I'd find this thing. I thought if it was just like some ancient lore that was kind of interesting, maybe I could be like, here, free of charge. Please don't be mad at me.
This thing that you have found is so dangerous in the wrong hands.
And he would probably be the wrong hands.
This is also just so dangerous to you. If you are looking through the lens and you look at the wrong thing, something with too much history, you will go insane. The mortal mind is not capable of understanding the limits of our universe in one sitting, in the flash of a few seconds.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of the spell Feeble Mind?
Yes.
It is a spell, well, you've heard of it, that mimics that effect briefly by channeling information from the plane of magic to one person for just a split second. It is a facade. This lens has the potential to destroy the mind of someone who looks at the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Okay. Noted.
Be careful what you look at. If you don't know what it is, your first decision should not be to look at it with that lens. Because it might be the last thing you do. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Okay.
Because that is not revivifiable. That is not soul-saving. Your brain is just destroyed. And there's nothing to hold your soul anymore.
Okay. I'll be careful with it. And I will not give it to Hu Shen, just to say sorry.
Absolutely do not. Oh my goodness. That would be the worst decision.
Well, that was before I knew what this lens was.
I understand. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset or frustrated. I'm just making sure you understand the gravity.
I think I do. I think you have... adequately emphasized. I'll just talk to him and say, hey, sorry.
Ask to meet with him outside of the Arcanium.
He leaves?
Send him... Of course he leaves.
Oh.
He performed missions with me. The Arcaniums are...
Yes, but I don't know. It was a while ago. I didn't know if that was before the Arcaniums were established.
He might send himself. He might send a herald. He might do it in dream. It is a function of his.
Yeah. So you think me just being like, hey, can we meet for like coffee will work?
I think you should be more direct. I think you should send him a message that says, we need to have a conversation. When or where can we meet? And he will answer you.
Do you think I should bring anything other than me just explaining, I didn't understand the history between you and Adora. I'm sorry it went the way it did. Do you think that's enough? Do you think I should...
I need you to understand, Lorna, that you are doing this for you.
So I feel less guilty. He doesn't care.
He might, in some way, care. But he's not going to let you see it.
Right. That's just kind of their nature.
Yes, they are devils. Their whole guise is maintaining perfect composure in whatever deceit or honesty they are dispensing.
I feel like when I saw your memories with him, that you guys were friends. I felt like I got that. Whether he wanted to display that or not.
We worked well together. I won't deny that. And there are moments when I would have perished had he not been there.
Lorna nods sagely and just says, Bat Dora.
Yes. There are also moments when his form would have been dispensed to the hells had I not been there. Perhaps there is some gratitude there for him, perhaps not. But it is not in a devil's nature to allow goodwill to affect the decision-making. Which is why they make such brutal legal contacts.
Yeah.
If you
ask
to speak with him off the record, outside of the Arcanium, he will respect it.
He won't think it's a waste of time for my own mortal feelings.
He might think it's a waste of time. And he might deny you. But he will at least respect that you've asked. Instead of showing up in his place of contract.
Right. Well, when we get on the tram, I'll probably send him a message then, since we'll be in the area.
That you're always in the area.
Mm-hmm.
He's the archivist. He can
Everywhere.
Get anywhere he wants to be.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I talked to you about this because I was going to do some stupid stuff.
I felt it coming like the wind, and I needed to make sure that you heard from me first.
Thanks, Mom.
Also, I remember some histories about Aegir, the god of time.
Uh-huh.
Maybe be careful about the looking into alternate timeline things.
Right.
I don't know how on hands or how impactful that might be for a giant serpent that swirls the cosmos, but
I think it probably has to do with intention, and if I try to do something about like making an alternate timeline come to fruition.
You would know more about this than me. I just remember the stories about a giant fucking snake, so...
The moral of those stories is do not fuck with time.
So glancing at an alternate timeline probably doesn't matter.
I don't think is so much of a problem. Like knowing, like I could just know that, if I jumped off a cliff right now, that would probably kill me. That's an alternate timeline where I was dumb enough to do that.
True.
But if I tried
fly.
Well, right, and then I was even dumber and decided not to use my wings. Again,
I think that's
it's just an
a
example.
decision at that point.
But it's an alternate timeline where I decided to kill myself by jumping off a cliff.
Indeed.
Like, I know that could happen, and that exists probably in some other reality where I just gave up. But knowing that and then trying to fuck with the actual timelines is I think the difference for Aegir.
Noted. That's good to know. Then, for
Yes.
your own sanity's sake, just be careful who you look at, but I don't need to lecture you anymore.
Okay.
Don't usually begin these, but, well, it has been nice speaking with you, my dear.
Yeah. I'm picturing Lorna just kind of trudging along in the middle of the line, just kind of with like this complete 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
But her like expression is changing as she's like having this mental conversation. Like occasionally she'll just kind of like giggle or laugh or chuckle to herself.
Terrifying for everybody else.
It's like when I'm at work and I'm listening to a podcast and something funny happens and then my seatmate like looks over at me. I'm a crazy person.
I can relate.
She keeps trudging along.
It finally comes to night, and Tierra begins looking for a place to camp. And as he does, he glances over at you and he says, "Did you have a nice chat?"
Yeah, I did.
Which one was
Lily?
that with? Oh, okay.
Lily warned me to be careful who I look at with this lens because that might drive me crazy. Like literally, like clinically insanity. Like there is no restoring my soul because I will be completely unhinged.
Oh.
So I really appreciated that she reached out to make sure I understood that.
That's a little terrifying.
Mm-hmm. The lens will be used sparingly.
Tell her I said thanks.
Tear says thanks.
I heard.
She heard.
Oh, is she just listening all the time?
When she wants to.
Tierra like glances at Anscombe. And Anscombe glances back and he's, what?
She has a sense of propriety. Like,
all right. I mean, and here I thought I was the most open-minded one, but all right, that's fine.
mind your business, go find camp.
We're in it. And you realize he has led you to like this alcove in cliffs that's very well shadowed. And Norre like looks up from her own music notes and she's like, "Oh, all right, I'll start casting the hot." And you are going to spend the night here and watch. Go ahead and please, let's arrange a watch order. Let me pull up the map. So you and Lilith are on the first as before, but you can move or sort
I want to
things
sit
out.
with Skolna. I don't have a specific conversation. I just like Skolna.
Okay. Burke will take watch with Lilith.
Cool.
And yeah, we'll stick with that. So first watch, Burke and Lilith. Okay.
Lorna spends her time before she falls asleep talking to her egg. She's fostering their bond preemptively.
Okay.
Do I get to roll anything?
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 29. This is my son.
Add 12.
I'm at 72.
Okay.
I don't know what it means, but
I know you don't. That's okay. You don't need to know. It will eventually be important. Oh. You are awoken.
Like I'm hatching an egg in Pokemon.
Yeah. You are awoken by Lilith. All right. You two are up.
Yep. Good morning.
There's a lot of, be aware, there's a lot of, like, wildlife moving on around out here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think Burke said one of them was a Seashon, but...
Ooh, you used to sled with those, right?
Yeah. I didn't see them, though. But he did.
Oh.
That guy has crazy sharp eyes.
Maybe we could have a new party member.
A Sean?
Yeah.
If we don't find one as a pup, they're super not easy to tame. That's.
Imagine you riding one into battle, though.
Have you ever handled one? Or
no? You think my dad would have let me use a Sean?
no?
Heard about them. Seen them from a distance, maybe.
I think he was worried about you getting it because they try to do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we'll get a puppy sometime.
We're better. Okay, if we want to try and get a Sean, we should look for a trainer, or we should try and get one like as a puppy, so that we don't get fucking eaten. Because if a full-grown Sean wants you, Lorna, all that's going to be left is that hand.
See, I'm gonna have my ice drake, and Nori's gonna have her griffin, and you could have a Sean.
Okay, that would be.
And Tyr has Iravane. We're putting this all together.
That would be undeniably badass.
Okay, we'll put that on the list of things.
All right, have a safe watch. Love goes and lays down. Skolna, who is like now awake and standing towards the edge of the bubble, watches as you have this interaction with Lilith, and she just raises an eyebrow.
What giant animal do you want?
A wyvern.
Oh. Lorna looks stars in her eyes. We should get you a wyvern.
What about Anscombe?
Where do you get wyverns?
I don't know.
I'll ask Anscombe when it's his turn, when he wakes up, but we'll figure out how to get you a wyvern.
He's probably going to say something goofy like a giant rhino or something.
No, that's not fast enough. He would say that, though. Or cow. Because they're cute.
I could see him saying that.
I'll give him strict limitations that has to be badass. You would look sick on a wyvern.
She nods. Just sagely.
Yes. Lorna writes down and on her to-do list. Get a wyvern.
Please roll me perception.
Okay. Everyone in the party is gonna get a sick-ass animal. 23.
I didn't realize we were playing Pokemon, but I should have. 23. Okay. I'm going to roll your D100.
Burke can have a donkey.
How kind of you.
It's not a full-fledged nightingale.
Your watch mostly passes quietly with no incidents until, after about an hour and a half into the watch, maybe 100 feet away from your bubble, you see the massive prowling form of a Sean walking. It looks like it's moving lazily, and it does look over at your dome, just like a little curiously, and it does like sniff at the air, but it doesn't get any closer.
Lorna's just in rapture, just watching it, imagining Lilith riding it.
Okay. Well, it's easy to picture, but that Sean is... It's like 20 feet long. The thing is fucking enormous. It crosses across your view, but it's not a violent encounter. You just see there is predatory wildlife around the area. And your watch passes without incident unless you choose to do something about that.
Nope.
Okay.
Lorna wakes up Anscombe, and the first thing she says as he wipes the sleep from his eyes is, "What kind of giant animal do you want?"
What?
And it can't be a cow. It has to be badass.
What? He like is still rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Could it be just wait?
It's gotta be cool.
Giant animal. Can it be a mammal, reptile?
It could be
sea
anything
creature?
except something that someone else has already picked, because that we can't double up. That's lame. You can't have a sea shan, a wyvern, whatever Iravane is, or an ice drake.
Or a cow.
Or a cow. They're not cool.
It has to be cool?
It has to be cool.
Or
a griffin. I forgot Norris. So everyone's getting an animal.
Oh. This is a hypothetical.
No, it's future. I'm writing it down in the to-do list.
Oh, okay.
Pick an animal.
Hold on, let me think for a second. And he like sits up, rubbing his eyes, and he like picks up his gear and he says, okay, is there a limit? Like, what are the rules here?
It has to be like a wyvern, a griffin, an ice tree. Whatever the encompassing. It's got to be rideable, I guess, is the thing.
Oh, okay. All right. I understand now.
Yeah, you get it.
A bullet.
Lorna looks at Skolna. It's kind of like a giant rhino, except it digs underground. So you were mostly right.
Skolna like folds her arms. It doesn't say anything.
Have you considered, she looks at Anscombe, have you considered that if it's trying to dig and you're on its back, you're just going to get knocked off?
Yeah.
Okay, well, pick a different animal.
Oh,
I'll let you think about it.
That's off limits now.
Well, what's the point if it can't dig? Or you can't be on it while it digs?
Okay, well, you got a griffin. You got a fucking, like a ice...
No, I have an ice drake. Nori has a griffin.
Sorry. That's what... Yeah, alright.
And Skolna's getting a wyvern, she said so. And we're going to get Lilith a Seashawn. And Tyr has Iravane.
Alright, Pegasus.
That's awesome. Good choice.
Thanks. Go to bed.
You succeeded. Lorna crawls into his sleep roll because it's still warm.
Okay. You better believe I'm coming back to this.
Oh no.
If it smells like farts, I'm gonna step on you.
Oh, Daddy.
As Nori like is sitting up, she's like, "Oh my god."
Lorna shots up and goes to sleep.
Rolling. Your party is nonsense. Okay.
Pegasus suits Anscombe so much. The only thing that would suit him better is a unicorn, but it doesn't fly. Which is kind of like a rhino, because it has one horn, so Lilith. Skolna was doubly right.
A Pegasus doesn't have a horn.
I'm talking about the unicorn.
Well, the unicorn was your idea.
I'm just inflicting that on Anscombe.
You can't make the choice for him. Anscombe and Nori's watch passes without incident. Deer is awoken. You are briefly awoken with, "What's wrong with Iravane?"
There's nothing wrong with Iravane. Who said anything about Iravane?
I didn't say anything. No, I just... So, we all have our animals, and I forgot he had Iravane, okay? It was my bad.
There's nothing wrong. You're the first person who has a sick-ass animal. You're the only one who has achieved that tier yet.
Yeah. So, maybe accept the fact that my stone panther is good enough. And Anscombe's like, "I didn't... Alright, I'm sorry. My bad."
Literally not part of the conversation. Yeah, sorry, Tier. Please. Can I go to bed now?
Go back to bed. I didn't mean to say it that loud. You hear Lilith like, "Shut up!" It's now Tier's watch. Okay. You all are awoken after completing a long rest. And we resume the next day of travel, which will be likely today you arrive in Shona.
Yeah.
So, Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay. 20. No, 57. That was my previous roll.
57. You make your way back to the road that was heading south of Shona, and the rest of travel is remarkably conveniently smooth as you arrive in Shona by early evening. And it is there, as we arrive in Shona, that we will call tonight's session.
Okay. Can I say Lorna does one thing before we call it?
Sure. What's that?
She is going to... She probably did this on their way back to Shona. They're not going to make a stop in Kona. That's too out of the way. They have a lot of stuff to do. But she wants... She promised Garen that she would reach out to his daughter, and her name is Miranda Bates. So she is going to write a letter, and when they get to Shona, she is going to have it sent to Miranda in Kona. Miranda Bates. And it is basically going to give a condensed version of what happened. She's not going to go into the gory details. Like, your dad was, like, torturously still alive for ever since he disappeared. She's going to be like, his soul is at rest now. It was being used under mysterious circumstances, but he's mentioned you, and I wanted you to have that closure, is basically what she writes. And she adds, if you want more details, write me at the Marigard, and she'll give basically her address to give this woman an opportunity. If she wants to know more, she could reach out to her.
Okay. You write that letter.
She sends a nice letter for closure for Garen Bates.
Please write that letter down and send it to me on Discord so that I don't lose that.
Okay. I will write a real letter for you.
Thank you. As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Pen, hi Class, hi Sleepy, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.